Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Elise and we'll be facing off against the Lux adventure from the Teamfight Adventures campaign. We're just going to be continuing on up until the end of this campaign, and since we need to beat this adventure with a Shadow Elite champion, I figured I might as well use Elise since she is the champion that recently got a 6-star constellation. Except I don't have 6 stars on Elise yet, so I'm still going to be running the old setup you did with Elise. We're going for the Dreams of Yordles with the Fear Cleaving Axe because they have a lot of synergy with the Spiderlings. We just summon the Spiderling, buff them up instantly, and give them impact. And then we have Voidborn Carapace, so that you get even more keywords on the Spiderlings. Yeah, hopefully things will go well. Elise was one of the stronger champions before they introduced the whole 6-star thing. So I think we're going to be fine. Even now, even after introducing the 6 stars, she was rather strong still. I just didn't play her that often. Do we go mutant here? All allies have the same random keyword. Or do we go Ascension so that... I feel like the games are going to go on long enough for Ascension to be relevant, right? Yeah, let's pick up Ascension. And if they don't go long enough for the Ascension to be relevant, tough luck, I suppose. Let's keep the Elise, toss everything back. We definitely want to drop down Elise at the start of every game, and then immediately go for a swing.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
I guess we're not going to go for a swing here. The opponent just immediately kills the Elise with a single combat. And they don't even get a single combat for free. While any player has 3+ units of the same subtype, those units have +2/+2. If 5+, they have +3/+3 instead. Oh, I didn't even read what the general power of this adventure was. I suppose I just got lucky and rolled a power that has some nice synergy with our game plan here of just summoning spiders.
There's nothing to fear.
And now we get to attack with everything.
We could use
We haven't procced the evolve yet, but because of the buff from the trait affinity, our units are massive.
my true beauty is beneath the skin.
What do I do here? I definitely want to stun
The bite doesn't hurt.
the Great Horn, yeah, so that the opponent doesn't get Scout. I can kill this Spiderling, we'll get one back. But I did it just to buff up the Elise in the process too. We get another Spiderling here. And I'm pretty sure we just close out the game this turn.
Schools suck.
And we just hit round 5, so Ascension did proc. And it might have been the difference between winning and losing this game. Or so it seems. Let's pretend it was the difference between winning and losing this game. Just so I can feel a bit better about my choice. Now, what would we like on our support champion? A nice keyword like Scout, or maybe elusive. I think I want the spectral surveyor. If it dies while Elise is on the board, we give all our spiderlings lifesteal, which is very important. Lucian gives us a rally effect, which is interesting, and certainly beats the other options in terms of a good keyword. Quick attack is fairly nice. The only problem is the Radiant Strike. Radiant Strike is a very bad spell. Yeah, let's pick up the Lucian. Champion item chest or item chest. Let's go for the champion item chest. Maybe we can get a couple more keywords on Elise, so that when she comes down she procs the evolve immediately, and all of my spiderlings just get a massive stat boost. Well, +2/+2 is decent enough, especially when the opponent doesn't really have a very threatening early board. Like, this is not that threatening at all. In fact, Elise trades favorably with the big stem uppers, and he can't even block the spiderling. The only problem is now that I've attacked with Elise once, she's a bit compromised. Let's drop down the Spectral Surveyor. We'll get some the keyword disabling effect. If the opponent just drops down something with Overwhelm, I feel like that will be important. Now we get to summon the Lucian. I'm going to attack with everything. Actually, let's do it like so. Yeah, I can even attack with Lucian. If he blocks the Lucian, I'll use the Radiant Strike to protect the Lucian. Like this.
Strike hard, strike true.
I don't even lose any of my units. Ooh, I killed the opponent. That was a lot of damage. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Well, mats for blockers anyway. Senna, Twisted Tree Line, Chain Vest, all of these are pretty bad. Let's reroll once. This is bad as well. I don't want to use all of my rerolls here. I am all subtypes. Well, that means this little guy is also a spider. Sure. It's the least bad option out of all of those. I am all subtypes. Grant me +1/+1. The problem here is that while I would like a Lucian that's also a spider, I don't want an extra copy of Lucian in my deck. Let's use one reroll. And we reroll into the same items. Maybe this is the only offers for a common encounter in this campaign. Well, now I know. You obviously take the one that actually does something. Having an Elise that's all subtypes doesn't really help us all that much. We only care about spiders. Sure, I'll keep the Poro. It will be an interesting play next turn. That's unlucky. We hit the Radiant Strike off of a mulligan instead of the Farsight Alteration. But we can make this work. The opponent didn't even have that strong of a start. He didn't even have a unit in play at the beginning of the game like some of the opponents do once you reach the point where they all have Deadly. Let's go Poro, buff up everything. Where did this guy get Lurk? I guess since he is all subtypes, he also gets Lurk. I guess. Well, now Elise has Lurk too.
Fang, just like I taught you. Fang's turn.
Let's
Will
prevent
all be over soon.
some damage here. I don't remember exactly how high my maximum life total is, but I do know that that I'm not full health here. At least I don't think I am. Let's attack with just 2 of my units. Will protect the Lucian. Does the opponent have a way to survive here? He's killing the Lucian. You know that this would only help me, right? It just gave me another free attack, which would basically mean if you weren't dead now, you would have been dead afterwards. A very weird decision by the opponent. I knew Elise was strong, but I didn't expect her to be this strong. She's significantly stronger than I remember. I'm going to pick up the fresh offerings, but I'm going to get rid of it right here in this next healer encounter. It's just not good enough. Bouncing blades. I'm going to purchase it, but that's just because I don't want to waste my last reroll there. I think I need to save it for something a bit more important.
Huh? You want me?
Poppy.
Well, okay.
Well, at least it seems like it's the version of Poppy that doesn't start with a Poppy on board. So I'll have an easier time fighting off against her. Mostly because I won't have to deal with my first unit that I play being shuffled back into the deck immediately because of Poppy's champion spell. And he doesn't even preserve spell mana for the next turn, which means next turn he plays Poppy and he won't be able to shuffle my Elise back into the deck. And that's very important,
Go on, Fang, just like I taught you.
because then I can go for an attack with Elise the turn after.
There's a chill in the air.
Really, it did nothing. An interesting decision. Let's attack like this.
Suck.
You know what, I'll also attack with the Lucian. If he blocks the Lucian, I rally, which means I get to attack again. Okay, it doesn't block the Lucian. I figured as much. He has a lot of other threats, or a lot of other things that are a lot more threatening than the Lucian itself. We have spare mana, let's just ping the opponent's nexus. Apparently our max health total is 42. That's a bit odd. I thought it was supposed to be so... The health totals were a bit more even, like 30, 40, 50, along those lines. I guess I was wrong. It has been a while since I last played Elise. Do you want to attack, opponent? No. Well, I guess I'll just attack with Lucian here, alongside everything else, and hope the opponent blocks the Lucian so I rally and get to attack again.
Sure you wanna do this?
Or I have enough damage. The Ascension came into effect. That means even Lucian becomes a threat. Now let's see if I can get a couple more keywords on Elise. None of these are keywords, but Shadow Totem is very good. Now we got 2 Spiderlings at the start of the game instead of just 1. And since Elise dies immediately, We also get an additional Spiderling right after. BRB, unfortunately it's not good enough, at least not in this deck. So we get a second copy of Ascension. Or do I want Titanic Titan? Nah, a second copy of Ascension is better. Epic item chest or a Stargazer? We have spare gold, but it's an epic item. It can be very good. We can potentially get Scout on Elise or Elusive, and that would just help us close out the game against Lux without the opponent, or against any opponent really, without the opponent being able to react to our units.
There's nothing to fear.
You can count on me.
Normally that would be decently scary,
Suffer long.
but unfortunately for you, all of my units are now extremely large because they buff each other because of the trait affinity. Well, first turn and the opponent's already at 5 health. And I've already leveled up Elise.
Let me change into something
Well, to be
more
fair, leveling up Elise is not crucial.
If I didn't forge it, you won't want it.
Do you want to trade into the Lucian? No? Well, I guess I'll kill my own Lucian then. Because killing my own Lucian allows me to... You know, that's exactly what I want, right? The Lucian dying was what I wanted. Because now I rally and you're just dead on the second turn. So the second Ascension is just a form of insurance. If the game ever goes past round 5, my units grow massive. Well, they grow to a larger size than they already are, because they're already pretty massive. Radiant Strike, Commando Ledros, Vanguard Redeemer. I want to cut rid the Radiant Strike from my deck. I have played it once and it was useful that time. But I don't think it's worth picking up. Well, then again, X-Tech Fabricator 3 is very good. I'm convinced. Let's know. We're no longer cutting the X-Tech Fabricator from our deck, or the Radiant Strike from our deck. Now we get to pick up Dragon's Claw for Elise, so now all of my Spiderlings have Spell Shield and Regeneration. Fuse is lit. That's not good. Let's reroll. Noxian Might. It's meh. Do we have anything good upcoming? Grand Plaza, Champion Item Chest. I'm going to pick up 2 copies of Grizzled Ranger because I want to scout. Nah, it's too slow. Our deck's fairly aggressive as is. I can pick up Vile Fist instead. Vile Fist would be nice. Summon a Spiderling, yeah. It's not in our deck by default, but it's a good card nonetheless. So it's not really diluting our deck. I might cut the 6 mana spell. We haven't really cast it, or the Arachnoid Host. These two haven't really been played all that often, and more often than not I feel like they're cluttering up my hand unnecessarily.
Come closer. I don't bite. You won't suffer long.
Does the opponent have enough to survive here on the first
From
turn?
the darkness.
My units all have Fearsome, so he can't really block with the unit he has on board. So he doesn't, okay. That's a 1-turn kill.
A bite was all it took.
I suppose that's the strength of Elise. And the strength of these adventures' general power. The mere fact that we're playing a deck that cares about tribal synergy is enough to push us over the edge, and in this adventure specifically. Let's get the Arachnoid host.
Let's light it up.
The foe's final sparks cost 2 more and deal 4 more. I don't think that's a very good trade-off for the opponent. We have Elise, and that's all that matters. Lucian's nice, has a backup plan. Elise is probably going to die here, but I don't care.
In the shadows.
All I care about is getting the attack, this first attack off.
Hush now.
Actually, no, Elise doesn't die. She actually grows large enough to survive the 8 attack Lux. I thought I was going to trade Elise into the Lux just for the to develop 3 spiderlings, but I suppose I was wrong. And Elise grew massive because of, well, all of the things we have going on.
Confine and contain.
So the opponent's probably dying here. I'm dropping down the Lucian just to bait him into potentially killing the Lucian.
For justice and all things bright.
Okay, he's going to kill the Lucian willingly to boot. The opponent just decided he had enough. I dealt 40 damage on the first turn, and the opponent decided, yeah, I'm done. Just end me. Which makes sense. I mean, all of my units were massive. I keep repeating that word, but that's just what they were. That was honestly a lot easier than I anticipated. I figured since I would be facing off against an opponent that had the deadly modifier, I would struggle with keeping up in terms of stats. But as it turns out, the Adventure's power more than makes up for it when you're playing a deck that cares about subtype synergies. That was fun. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.